The sea park had been abandoned for years when Captain Wren, a retired sailor, decided to restore it as a marine refuge. He was a man who'd seen too much of the world: storms, wrecks, men who lost their faith in the sea, and now wanted to give something back to the creatures that had once shared his horizons. Among the many animals rescued from closed aquariums was an orca, once the star of every show, now a heavy, silent shadow gliding in circles inside a rusted tank. Its name was Luma. She bore scars along her fin from years of scraping against metal walls, and her eyes, once wild and sharp, had turned still and gray. Captain Wren spent months building a vast ocean pen, a sanctuary surrounded by nets stretching far into the deep blue. It was the closest thing to freedom Luma would ever know. When the enclosure was ready, he decided to test something. He divided it with a clear underwater barrier, a thick, transparent wall that split the pen in two. On one side swam Luma. On the other, schools of small silver fish darted freely, the kind she once hunted in the wild. At first, instinct returned. Luma lunged toward them with powerful strokes, her body slicing through the water like a blade. Then, thud! Her head struck the invisible wall. The impact echoed through the tank. She backed away, confused, then tried again, harder. The sound thundered again. The fish scattered, but Luma could not reach them. Days passed. She kept trying. Each attempt ended the same way: pain, confusion, defeat. Eventually, she stopped chasing. She learned to move only within her half of the water, circling, slow and aimless. Captain Wren watched quietly, his weathered hands resting on the railing. He knew pain could teach boundaries, but he also knew it could build prisons. A month later, he called his crew and ordered the glass removed. The divider lifted silently, leaving nothing but open water between the orca and the fish. Luma didn't notice. The fish swam near her, even brushed against her fin. She didn't move. She stayed drifting inside the invisible borders she had memorized. The crew cheered softly, expecting her to dart forward, to reclaim her nature, but she never did. Wren looked down at her and whispered, "You're free, girl, but you don't believe it, do you?" For days, the barrierless pen remained the same. Luma swam her half, never crossing the line that no longer existed. Sometimes she turned toward the open water as if she remembered, then slowly drifted back into her imagined cage. Weeks later, during a heavy storm, lightning tore across the sky and the waves crashed against the enclosure. In a moment of panic, the fish darted into Luma's space. Something inside her awakened. She moved, not in anger, not to hunt, but as if remembering who she was. She swam farther than she ever had since captivity, her fin slicing through the current, her body trembling between fear and freedom. When the storm passed, she stayed near the center of the pen, just beyond the spot where the wall once stood. From that day, Luma began to explore again, a little farther each morning, a little braver each night. But even so, she never truly crossed into the open ocean. The world beyond the nets remained too vast, too uncertain. Captain Wren often sat by the shore watching her dark shape glide through the water. He would tell visitors, "You can remove the walls around a creature, but not the ones it builds inside. The ocean is endless, but fear can make it smaller than a tank." And sometimes, as the sun sank into the horizon, Wren thought about himself, about the places he no longer dared to sail, and the invisible barriers time had built inside his own heart. Because maybe the story wasn't just about the orca after all. Moral of this story: freedom is not given, it's relearned. The walls we once needed to survive can become the very things that keep us from living.